Hey doctors and future doctors, I am Dr. T.S. Jaziria and today we will talk about pheochromocytoma. Pheochromocytoma is basically a catecholamine secreting tumor of the adrenal medulla that comes with the severe outcomes like life-threatening hypertensive crisis. Yes, we have two adrenal glands, one is right and second one is left adrenal gland, anatomically which are placed on top of your kidneys. In adrenal glands, the outer cortex secretes mineralocorticoids, glucocorticoids and androgens, and the inner medulla, which is having the chromaffin cells, secretes catecholamines. So today we will discuss this topic in 6 steps, right from the introduction, etiology, pathophysiology, signs and symptoms, diagnosis, and lastly management. Introduction. As now we know that pheochromocytoma is a catecholamine secreting tumor of the adrenal medulla that may precipitate with the life-threatening events like hypertensive crisis. If we will break the word pheochromocytoma, then we can understand what does that actually means. So here pheo means dusky, chroma means color, cytoma means tumor. So basically pheochromocytoma is a dusky colored tumor. That's why the name pheochromocytoma reflects the black colored staining caused by the chromaffin oxidation of the catecholamines. Adrenal medulla produces 3 catecholamines: epinephrine, norepinephrine, and lastly dopamine. Please take a note that pheochromocytoma is the most common adrenal tumor in the adults. Etiology. When we talk about the etiology of pheochromocytoma, it's associated with both the sporadic and familial conditions. And especially when we talk about the familial conditions of pheochromocytoma, it's associated with the 3 syndromes. The first one is neurofibromatosis type 1 NF1. Second one is multiple endocrine neoplasia type 2A and type 2B. And the third one is von Hippel-Lindau syndrome, that is VHL. Please take a note that when the pheochromocytoma is associated with VHL, predominantly secretes norepinephrine. And when it's associated with NF1 and MEN2A and 2B, then it secretes combinedly both epinephrine and norepinephrine. Also, please take a note that generally we call this as rules of 10 for pheochromocytoma. So what does that mean? So here the rule of 10 of pheochromocytoma means that 10% of the patients having the malignant disease, 10% of the patients have bilateral like both left and right adrenal gland disease, 10% of patients having the extra adrenal disease that is known as paraganglionoma, and 10% of patients have inherited familial disease. Pathophysiology. As now we already discussed that pheochromocytoma is a catecholamine secreting adrenal medulla tumor that secretes excess of catecholamines. These excess of catecholamines stimulate the both alpha and beta adrenergic receptors. When the catecholamine stimulate the alpha adrenergic receptors, that results in increased cardiac contractility, glucogenolysis, gluconeogenesis, intestinal relaxation, and increase in BP. When the catecholamine stimulate the beta adrenergic receptors, that results in increased heart rate and cardiac contractility. Please take a note, in normal condition, the adrenal medulla 85 to 90% secretes epinephrine, right? But in pheochromocytoma scenario, it's 80 to 85 and 90% is secretes norepinephrine. Signs and symptoms. When we talk about the signs and symptoms of pheochromocytoma, they are related with the sympathetic nervous system hyperactivity. So these signs and symptoms can occur spontaneously or may triggered by a variety of pharmaceutical agents, foods, intraoperative tumor manipulation, intubation, and during anesthetic induction. So there is one classic triad of pheochromocytoma, and that includes headache, tachycardia, and diaphoresis. When it comes to signs and symptoms, since there are many, so we have to memorize that. So we can memorize the signs and symptoms with a very beautiful mnemonic: fight and flight. Yes, doctors, this is COVID time. Everyone wants to get their home, and that's why they are fighting for flights. So in fight, the F stands for fluttering in chest, facial flushing. I for increased heart rate and BP. G for increased glucose level. H for headache, and that is sudden and severe in onset. T for tremors. In flight, F for stands for frequent sweating. L for loss of weight. I for increased anxiety and fear. G for growing tumor. H for heat intolerance, and T for tired and weakness. Diagnosis. When we talk about the diagnosis of pheochromocytoma, generally patients present to your clinic with the clinical findings. So these clinical findings of pheochromocytoma can be memorized with a beautiful mnemonic 5 P's of pheochromocytoma. So the first P stands for pressure, that means hypertension. This is rapid in onset. The second P stands for pain, that is headache, and that is sudden and severe. The third one is palpitation. As we know that in pheochromocytoma there is excess of catecholamine, and that catecholamine directly stimulates the heart. That's why there is increased heart rate, and that results in palpitation. Fourth is pallor. As we know that catecholamines acts on vessels and it causes the vasoconstriction, that's why pallor. The fifth is perspiration, that is excessive sweating. So when patient present to you with the 5 P's of pheochromocytoma, that's yes, you can suspect that patient might have pheochromocytoma. In that case, we have to follow the diagnosis procedure and we have to go for screening and then followed by the confirmatory test. So elevated urinary or plasma-free metanephrin or catecholamines are the most commonly performed tests. The other laboratory tests for pheochromocytoma are plasma metanephrin test. As we know that metanephrins are the metabolites of catecholamines. 24 are urine fractions, catecholamines and metanephrine test. Clonidine suppression test, as clonidine is a alpha agonist. Vanillin mandelic acid test, that is VMA, as VMAs are the metabolites of metanephrins and normetanephrins. And lastly, the chromogranin A test. After diagnosis of pheochromocytoma, we will talk about the management. For non-malignant tumors, preoperative medical management is performed by the doctors with alpha and beta blockers are given. Generally 2 weeks prior to the surgery, alpha blockers are started and 3 days prior to surgery, beta blockers are added to prevent the hypertensive crisis during the procedure. Calcium channel blockers are also given, and especially the metyrosine, which is one catecholamine synthetase inhibitor, and generally given when the other treatments are failed. Resection of tumor is also performed. This is one definitive and treatment of choice for pheochromocytoma. In the intra-adrenal tumors, bilateral adenoidectomy is performed. For malignant tumors, since there is no curative treatment, but resection of the tumor gives symptomatic relief to the patients. Thank you so much for listening, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel for the future videos.